Oh, the lag. Off, mate, what has just happened? It just crashed me back to the dashboard. How you doing, everyone? DMC back with another video for you. It's a lovely Tuesday afternoon here in Scotland, and originally this was going to be like episode 4 of my Outriders playthrough, but honestly the last 3 episodes since the first one have been broken. The game itself obviously is just launched and there's a lot of issues we need to go through here. So before we dive right into it, I thought we'd take a little look at people that can fly and the games they developed in the past and what led them to believe they could bring a game like this. So if you don't know, their first endeavour was Painkiller, which to be honest was actually a really good first person shooter, quite similar to the likes of Quake and all those like Unreal and stuff like that. And yeah, it was good. They brought out some add-ons. Pretty sure they had 2 sequels. And then yeah, they disappeared off the grid for a while. When they then returned to port Gears of War to the PC, which I can't give them their dues, it was actually quite a good port. They added a new wee mission into it and all that sort of stuff, it was good. And then again, they brought out some weird obscure game, Duty Calls. And then finally they made another AAA game in Bulletstorm, which I absolutely loved. Bulletstorm, thought it was a great game. If you've never played Bulletstorm, give it a shot. But after that, we got Gears of War Judgment from them, which they co-developed with Epic Games. And for me, that was one of the worst Gears of Wars that was ever made. Again, after that they moved on to remaster Bulletstorm for the Xbox One, and then they helped co-develop Fortnite. And then they made a Switch edition of Bulletstorm. So they remastered the remaster for the Switch, which I'm not. You already know that's going to be horrid. Which brings us to another 3-year hiatus, in which I guess they were working on Outriders. So they've been working on it for the last 3 years, and it's honestly came out on Game Pass day 1 this broken. What chance you got? It's just becoming the norm. I don't want this to sound like I'm slating People Can Fly, because I've been paying attention to the Twitter and I can see that the developers are like actively working on fixing the server infrastructure and trying to get all these wee fixes in place. But at the end of the day, see, if you have been working on this for the past 3 years, I know you're a relatively small studio, but you've had the time to get all this working and everything nice and smooth, but you haven't. I mean, so far there's nothing this game does better than, say, a Warframe or a Gears of War, Division. So I mean, the actual cover and looter shooters that are already established. So unless they pull the finger out big time, and I mean big time, and somehow rework their movement, make that a lot smoother, rework the enemy hit registers and all this sort of stuff, it's not a game that's going to be worth the $59.99, in my opinion, anyway. Like, if I had to pay the $50 for this right now, I'd be a lot more raging than I am. Like, right now I'm just critiquing it because I've put so much time into it already, and I'm seeing the problems and the flaws appear as the cracks unfold. And again, I don't want that to sound like I'm taking digs at People Can Fly, because I'm not at all. I'm just fed up with all these bad launches recently that, do you know what I mean, just excused. They're allowed to come out broken just because that's becoming the norm type shit, and I don't like that at all. I mean, we had it with the likes of Fallout 76, we had it with the Cyberpunks, you know, the list. I'm not even going to go over the list, because you already know the list. And even as far as the co-op experience goes, it's supposed to be drop out, free player co-op. And the developers themselves said the free player co-op was the sweet spot, even though there's 4 classes. But apparently 4 players got too chaotic, nothing to do with how the game handled, which I'm really struggling to believe right now because I'm on the Xbox One S, and with 3 players, as you'll see from the gameplay clips above, everything just goes haywire. The lag's uncontrollable, the movement just gets janky, the cover system doesn't really work that well. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that just really needs to be addressed, and I don't see anyone piping up about it. So I decided I'm going to pipe up about it. Which leads me on to my next little thing here. So as you see from the little image on the screen, it was on the website, on the Square Enix facts, and they're saying, is Outriders a games as a service? They're saying no, it'll be a complete out of the box experience. Bullshit. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Will Outriders feature microtransactions? It doesn't at the moment, but I guarantee if it continues it will. Because there's no way they're going to stick to that. And then, is Outriders a free to play game? No, Outriders require one-off purchase, only if you're on PlayStation and don't have Game Pass on Xbox. Tell me how that works out. So yeah, like, I don't understand. Maybe there's a bit of miscommunication, maybe there's a bit of misinformation. Something's just not right here. I mean, this was touted as the next big Game Pass release. You know, it's Game Pass exclusive, it's free to play, it's going to revolutionise looter shooters. I'm not really seeing that at all. And I don't know if you're seeing that from the gameplay clips above. Granted, it is only the first week, but that is not an excuse. Do you remember when you used to buy games and they were ready? So they are. What happened? Why are we allowing it to continue? That's another question for another day, maybe another video. But yeah, if you made it this far in the video, I do genuinely appreciate it. And I'd love to know your thoughts down below, so be sure to leave me a little comment and what you think of Outriders. Like, how's your experience of it been so far? Have you actually had a decent time? Because I mean, when I'm not playing in free player co-op and I'm playing either 2-player or just solo, it's not too bad. I mean, the movement issues are still there. The cover system isn't as great as, say, a Gears of War or even Splinter Cell Conviction or something like that. It reminds me of like an old 360 cover system, which is not what you're looking for, but I'm sure they can tweak that a bit. But yeah, I've been prattling on long enough, so just let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll leave you with the last little minute of what would have been episode 4, just so you can see a little bit of raw gameplay. And until next time, DMC out.
Yeah, I don't have any bullets. Oh my god.
Man, I'm on fire, man.
Oh.
Shit, you telling me? Yeah.
Oh, the lag. Off, mate, what has just happened? It just crashed me back to the dashboard. Hello?
June, hello.
Are you still in the game?
Yes.
Are you?
It just pat me to the dashboard.
Did it? Oh, yeah. Why? But why is lag so much?
I don't know.
Help me.
What did it kick you out with lag? Wow.
It didn't blow me up.
Hate.
What, mate? John was lagging there as well, man. It's too much.
Takes 9 of us to make an island.
Oh,
It takes two to make a take, right?
Oh no, I'm dead.